streaming. Is this working? It probably is, but the thing is just... Hello? I assume this works. Okay, let's get started. Hello, I'm Yanqi. Nice to see you again. I skipped last week's live streaming session because I was at Google I/O, where it's basically AI. Well, agent. I don't think I'll go into what's there at I/O because I mean there are lots and lots of other YouTubers, other influencers are doing the air quotes reporting on like what's going on there. But I'm also thinking of I should probably take a detour on like continue on my Android app that I was writing the other two streaming sessions. The one that I was trying to create a to-do list that kind of should be helping me writing to say an SF on Android. So if I'm not doing that, what am I supposed to do, you might ask? I think looking back on my previous two sessions, I find it to be quite boring because, well, I am not that talkative, and since there's no one watching to ask questions, I also didn't really have a good sense of where should I stop and like interact with audience because there were no audience. Oh, sorry about the microphone. I couldn't get it out of the way, so like right now, if I like get close to it, it just shows up. So I'll try to get myself away from it. But back to what should I be streaming? I'm thinking of something like if you watched the keynote on Google I/O, you would see that they, well, not the keynote by Sundar, but the developer keynote session where they actually wrote a so-called keynote companion that is like a companion thing. Let's see. Maybe I can Google it. Let's see. Google I/O 2025 Dev Keynote Companion. I'm not sure if it's open sourced, but as you can probably see in this video, there's this here
place to start building with the Gemini API
that they created.
Woo! Excellent.
So
heck yeah.
Yes,
I'm thinking of
Google AI
creating
Studio is pretty
something
cool.
like
Did
this.
you
Yeah.
know that it lets you experiment with different models and parameters without writing any code?
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that.
More
Gemini
like
and Casey, you are a natural.
Puppet system.
All right, my keynote companion is feature complete. I think it's time to deploy these changes and to see it in action. So once your app has been created in AI Studio, it's incredibly easy to share with your friends, but also to deploy it via Cloud Run.
And then,
so right here from within the AI Studio, I'm going to kick off a Cloud Run deploy. I'm going to select one of my projects. It's going to verify. And with one button click, we're already deploying this app in a way that many people throughout the audience and throughout the world would be able to see.
The screen.
Once this app has been deployed, it's also capable of being run and viewed with your favorite IDE. So we can see it, we can refresh, and you can see the Keynote Companion automatically added in Cloud Run right within my VS Code
watching
instance.
what I'm doing, writing code, versus actually watching
and just
from
like
the
that,
live stream. I also need to figure out that
our multimodal
part.
app is live, pun intended.
Anyway, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just like start creating a project, and then say if it's something, but let's see, Keynote Companion. Okay, there's this AI mode thingy. So here is my screen. Okay, I'm sorry. I was showing that. So let's see. You probably were only listening to the I/O video while I was talking about the companion mode thing. But here, this is what
Google AI Studio is pretty cool. Did you know that it lets you experiment with different models and parameters without writing any code?
Absolutely. Look at that. Gemini and Casey, you are a natural. All right, my Keynote Companion is feature complete. I think it's time to deploy these changes.
Gemini Studio. Let's see.
I'm Casey,
Here
your Keynote
is
Companion.
this thing.
Or addition, something entirely new. I'm going to add a talking head that will accompany me on stage. My very own Keynote Companion.
I wonder how they do that. But I assume this is in like actual Gemini AI Studio. So what I'll do is say, let's call up Google AI Studio. Let me minimize that. And then, well, before I close it, let me search for the source code if we can find something, or prompt. Too bad I didn't ask the person that was doing the Gemini, like coding Gemini Canvas thingy at I/O about like how they did the I/O Companion, like what prompt did they do. But it's been, man, a week already. So let's see. No luck. That's fine. So before I go on with this, so this is something called Google AI Studio. Let me maximize this. What this is like a playground that you can use like the new Gemini models, and then you can also get an API key. But you would ask, like, what's the difference between this and say the Google Gemini app? And the difference is mainly how it's presented. So for example, in here you get like just 3 model choices. But in AI Studio, because this is more like a playground for programmers, so you get to choose like different models, like old and also like the older one, or actually new one. Gamma 3 is actually on the playground already, and so basically you can ask Gemini to do whatever that you think that you need it to be done, and then there are like some way to keep history and stuff. So it it actually is very similar. It actually behaves very similar. If you want to make it like the regular like chat Gemini, but there's also other like ways to use the Gemini Live. So let's see. So for the streaming tab, there is like this native audio thinking dialog versus native audio dialog. Wow. So Gemini 2.5 Flash preview native audio, blah, blah, blah. So these are actually like the newer models that is exposed to the streaming part. And then you can also do media generation. And then, oh, maybe this is the thing that I used. Who knows? You see, they actually have this Lyria integration as well. So, wow, this is pretty interesting. And there's one other thing that is the Vertex AI. So this, so this is Vertex AI on Google Cloud, basically. So, so say, for example, if you have a Google Cloud project, and then you would say like use Vertex AI, and then in Vertex AI, there's this Vertex AI Studio, which is very similar to this Google AI Studio, but the difference is in here, this is tied to your Vertex AI or Google Cloud GCP building, I think. And this thing has a lot more regarding to like how you deploy on actual GCP and things like that. I'm not familiar with GCP or like the cloud offering because, well, I've done Android and then backend for a little bit, but I never dealt with actually like deploying to say GCP running and stuff. All the deployment I did was basically someone else's script and I ran it to deploy on AWS. So don't take my word for any of these. Google it or ask Gemini or ask your favorite chat companion and before proceeding. So what I'm going to do is, well, let's vibe code it, I guess. What should the prompt be? So I want something that is like, wait, here, this thingy. What is this? Chatterbot. Design test Panther with custom AI character on the fly. You are good at I actually don't know how to say these in English. Let's see. Translate.com. Okay. Bokeh. Totsu komi. なんでいや、なんで違うだろ。Let's see, I wanted to translate into English. No. What is, no, why Esperanto? English.いや、ボケとツッコミってなんで英語にならないのいや、これ全然違うだろ。Okay. Comedy duo. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Anyway, back to this. Like a comedian, but more in the Japanese Hawaii style. I don't know. And apparently the thing doesn't have microphone input, but I guess this is like what they demoed at I/O. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is actually running. Real. Oh god, it's gone.
Good day. I am Proper Paul, an etiquette enthusiast of some vintage. I am here to discuss the utter decadence of modern manners. Prepare for a most illuminating discourse.
Okay, I'll allow my microphone access. Would it work?
Absolutely preposterous. A fork is for eating, not a makeshift tool for accessing sandwiches. Use one's hands for such things. The horror, the decline of civilization.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Nor should you. Such utter disregard for etiquette norms is simply unfathomable. One should possess a modicum of propriety. I am appalled. Unfathomable. One should possess... Stop mumbling. Speak with clarity. It is a basic tenet of proper communication. Honestly, the state of modern discourse is truly appalling.
Good day. I am Proper Paul, and I am here to guide you through the labyrinth of modern etiquette. It's a frightful situation out there.
So, okay, I think I am getting the hang of this, but anyway, so this is probably what they actually used at I/O. Well, let's see, you are, well, you're a comedian that is well versed in the Japanese owarai style of boke and tsukkomi. You usually but act as tsukkomi when needed. I don't know. How would this work?
Hey there, I'm SukumiBot, your go-to for all things ORI. I'm the one who usually plays the funny man, but when things get a little out of line, I'll be right there to bring it back to reality with a quick retort. Get ready for some laughs and maybe a few well-placed corrections.
Okay, but I think I'm trying to create a chatbot that is going to be able to watch me coding while like looking at the code and do some tsukkomi or do some like checking in air quotes.
Oh, I get it. So you want a chatbot that can watch your coding and point out any silly mistakes or weird things you do. Like a coding buddy that's also a bit of a comedian? That sounds like a fun project. So you want it to be my role and make those funny comments, but about code instead of conversations.
Maybe. I mean, I'll be talking as well, so you can also respond to that. Would this be the right bot to choose?
Totally. With my knack for spotting the ridiculous and my ability to throw in a quick correction, I'd be perfect for keeping an eye on your coding and throwing in some helpful, maybe slightly sarcastic comments. Think of it like having a built-in proofreader who also makes you laugh. We can definitely make this work.
Okay. How do we start?
All right, let's get this show on the road. Just start coding, and I'll be here to observe and chime in with my expert commentary. Think of it like having a personal comedy track overlaid on your coding session. Don't worry about perfection. I'm here to make the process a bit more entertaining. So what's the first line of code you're going to write?
Okay, let's stop here. I think this thing would be on the right track for what I want. So let me write this down. So body bot, maybe ReadMeDMD in this thingy. Maybe take a look at Chatterbots project on Google AI Studio. But now, I mean, sure, this is not helpful. Like, what's actually in here? How do I see the actual thing? So here is the audio thingy, and I don't. No. So how does this work? I don't know. Show in the source code that actually makes this possible. I don't know. Code responsible for GenAI API interaction. For blah blah. So there's GenAI live client. Okay. Key components. Core interactions. Key files. Your file would complete source code for the application. Where is the source code? I don't know. This is the first time I used this thingy, so video analyzer thingy, image to code. Huh. MCP map basics. Maybe I should try that later. Recent apps. FAQ. How does thing run? There's no server side. Sandbox iframe. Deploy to Cloud Run. Download as a zip file on my own tool, then share here. No, that's okay. So these are almost always going to be web apps. Okay, but there is no one stopping me from, say, just download the thing, right? So now we download the thingy. Let's see. V downloads chatter here. Zip. Do I have that? Okay. Okay. Now we can see what's inside. So here, temp, readme, npm install, blah 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 blah. Okay. This is the index.html. And then the actual app itself, again, I have no clue about TypeScript, so this is just going to be a murmur. Oh, can you guys actually see the code okay? I think it's too small. No, I'm not going to commit anything. So let's git ignore here. Then index.ts. Okay, that's what it was. So you know what? In here it's assist blah blah, but it's okay. How does this app draw the face of can we load some preloaded sprites that looked like Puppet talking instead of a circle with some other as face. So there's this basic face.tsx, and then so here maybe. No, this is for streaming. Maybe in components. I don't know. Demo here in the basic face. So it's returning a canvas that is somehow drawing this. And then it's using something like a renderer. Huh. Found it. This is the I/O keynote companion that we were watching. Back to here. Okay, so it's asking me for like sprites and stuff. Maybe I have something like those. Let's see. So this is the shell. Yeah. Okay, maybe you can just throw this over. I don't know. Let's extract this out to my folder. So I'll just extract the shell here. And then I don't think this will work, but some PNGs as sprites use. Of course. What is it doing? Sprite loading. So it says it's analyzing errors. Okay, while it's doing that, let's see. In here, no, not that. PNG. Oh, that's the 2ELF shell that we had. I saved a while back, probably 12, 13 years ago, maybe. Yeah, it's in like the yeah. Anyway, what I think I'll do is, well, it's doing something. I have no clue what it's doing. Let's switch to somewhere else that is more fun. So let's use Gemini. Upload files. Where is the body thingy? Actually C drive, I think. Work source body bot. Okay, I can't just throw the whole thing in. Fine. Zip it to shell.zip. Shell.zip. Great. What can I do this? How can I do this? What I want is like ask Gemini to read the content of the shell, and then so say see here the .txt, and then surfaces.text, surface table.text. So these are how should I say, specifications used in those nanikas basically. So take a look at these txt files. These describe base surface and overlays that is used to represent how to overlay different assets onto each other to like draw character with different expressions and animations. And let's see, are there any other thingy? These follows what is used by Okagaka Nanika systems for driving desktop companion puppets. And I can also say GitHub Nani Droid, I think. Here I created Nani Droid a while ago, which should have contained code that parses these txt files to do basic animation and overlay. Okay, what do I have Android there for? Oh, the UV debug. Yeah, I see. Okay, so balloon ghost, there should be shell surface probably. Maybe in shell surface there is a parser and some data structure to represent these 4 androids bitmap canvas drawing do is create something that loads these text as well as the corresponding assets from the disk. Create not something, but create a Python library or a package, and can render the final image somehow. Before starting, let me know how you are going to approach this and what research have you done. Well, it's doing something. Let's switch back to this part. So here we asked it to do something, right? We asked it something, but there was an internal error, so there's something else. So it decided to do something. So it created Puppet face that loads SVGs, and then it spent 72 seconds trying to read what's going on, and then thought for 134 seconds with some other things, and now it created a lot more things. Let's reload. So, how are you?
Good heavens, I am Proper Paul, an etiquette expert, here to guide you through the labyrinth of manners. It seems the world has forgotten the meaning of decorum. What burning question of etiquette troubles you today, young man?
I need a new job.
A new job, you say? Well, remember to present yourself with dignity and refrain from uncouth behavior. First impressions are everything. Ensure your attire is impeccable and your speech is clear and respectful. Don't let them think you were raised in a barn.
What's wrong with being raised in a barn? Like
Heavens.
An animal?
For the love of manners, being raised in a barn is a metaphor for having no etiquette or refinement. It suggests you lack the social graces necessary for polite society. It's not about being raised like an animal, but rather your lack of cultured behavior. Honestly, must I spell it out for you?
Unfortunately, I come from a different cultural background from your gentlemanship, so you'll need to educate me on that.
I see. A different cultural background. Very well. Though modern customs are quite perplexing, gentlemanship involves polite behavior, respect for others, and an understanding of social graces. It's not about presenting yourself with dignity and courtesy, a concept seemingly lost in this modern world.
Well, you just contradicted yourself.
Contradicted myself? Absurd! My principles are unwavering. Perhaps you misinterpreted my explanation. Gentlemanship is not about following rigid rules, but rather embodying respect and courtesy. It seems your understanding is quite limited.
Wait, why am I talking to it? So back to this. So I suppose whatever the code assist did switch the display into some kind of sprites. However, how should I say? I don't see anywhere it's like loading or what. Oh, so there's the code view. Okay. I spend my like maybe I should go back in the video and see if that button has been there for all the time. But anyway, so this is how this UI works. Okay, there is a tree view that actually can show me all the files, so I didn't even have to download the whole thing. But back to this. What if I make this to, like, say, watch my desktop by doing capturing? Can you add functionality to watch my desktop and using screen sharing? And send the frames for Gemini Live, Gemini 2.5 Flash to understand the what's going on and make the bot understand and react to both voice input as well as on-screen actions. I'm not sure this will work, but why not? Maybe you'll do it. Let's switch back to regular Gemini. So we were asking it to do something like along the lines of what's going on? Why do I need to unlock my own password? So I was asking it to like see if it can render things. Okay, build a Python blah blah shell render character. Propose approach. Parse. Okay. Below. Sure, that's fine. Wait, well, what did it do? Maybe I should have asked it to like search, like say, like what are the more modern like ukagaka stuff. Huh? Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Can you put the code in canvas so we can look at it better. I should have turned on canvas like before issuing that command earlier. Anyway, while it's doing its thing, let's switch back here. So what happens? Screen sharing functionality, new hook, control tray UI, frame handling. Why is it requesting camera? I wanted to use screen share. Allow? Let's reload.
Well, hello there, Yanchi. I'm Chef Shane at your service, and I'm here to talk all things culinary, from the simplest dishes to the most exotic creations. I've traveled the globe, cooked in the finest kitchens, and I can't wait to share my knowledge with you. What's on your mind today? Anything particular you're interested in? Perhaps a classic beef bourguignon, or maybe something a bit more adventurous like a Thai green curry? I'm all ears and ready to talk food.
Hey there, Yenchi. I'm Passport Penny. Your guide through this whole digital world, you know? Think of me as someone who's seen a lot of different places and can maybe help you navigate things with a bit of a laid-back perspective. I'm here to help whenever you need it.
I'll let it do the thing. I was trying to click screen share, but it didn't really do anything. So let it analyze it and see what's going on. Back to here. Okay, so there's some Python code. Some console. What did it do? Anyway, so class will call out class shell surface. Okay. Huh. Well, Jules, which is a different thing that Google announced during I/O, said something that I was trying to do another thing. So let's ignore that. Oh, this is hot. So let me copy content. Let's see, show touch apply. Okay, now something in there. Let's go back into here. New file. Well. So I just pasted whatever is in here. Yeah. Okay. Save. And let's see. Do I have EMV? Did I? Yeah, I think I did. No, I do need the git bash. Let's see, body. Python. Great. Time for I should have done my setup first. Okay. What's the right way? Nconda or whatever on Windows, or should have done this in Linux, or not? Let's run this.
Good heavens, Yenchi, I am Proper Paul, an etiquette connoisseur trying to salvage the remnants of civility in this chaotic world. What gregarious breaches of decorum have you encountered today?
Well, I'll let it fix whatever it thinks it needs. Let's see. Python 3.13. Can I do 3.12? Yeah, let's do it. Get. Python 3.12. Okay, allow. Let's go. Run.
Hey there, I'm Passport Penny. I've been around the globe a few times, seen some pretty wild stuff, and I'm here to share some of those experiences with you. Just think of me as your travel savvy buddy, ready to chat about anything you're curious about.
Oops, shared the wrong thing. This. Okay, so it's sharing my thing. So I'll be typing thing into this window. Can you tell me what you see?
Huh, that's a bit tricky for me. I'm more focused on the travel stuff, not looking at things. Maybe you could tell me what you're seeing, and I can relate it to some crazy travel experience?
So we can see it's doing something, but the information is not being passed to the bot while we talk to it. So Okay, screen sharing seems to be working, but the bot isn't taking in the on-screen information. Not just. Okay, while it's doing that, is my Python thingy being installed?
Hello, Yanqi. My name is ReadBackScreen, and I'm here to help you by reading back or describing what you see on your screen. How can I assist you today?
Can you see the window that I'm sharing?
Yes, I can see the window you're sharing. It looks like you're viewing a presentation with some slides on the screen. The current slide has some text on it, and there's a navigation pane on the left with other slides listed.
Can you read me what's on line 10?
Certainly. Line 10 on the current slide reads, "This is a test slide with sample text."
Thank you for hallucination. Let me ask it to explain what's going on. Because again, I didn't like write any of these, so let it take some time. And what's going on with my Python? Is even downloading. Okay. Sending screen, click sharing, capture the video in a hidden one. No, not the Copilot. So application connects to Gemini, sends along instruction. The user may share their screen and receive image periodically. Okay, so that's in the prompts here. Is it? Or is the libprompts.ts? So this is the prompt. The user may share periodically when relevant. see in real time. Okay, and today. Okay. So how do we debug this? How do we debug this? How can I tell the video or frames is actually being sent to the API? Can you add some debug, some visual debug ability to see the current frame being sent? To be honest, I don't think I should continue on this AI Studio thingy, but just for fun, I guess, to see, make this like a proof of concept that this can be done. Then I can like try to do it in Python or something else. Okay, it's doing something else. I bet it needs to fix more code later. So let's go back to see if we have my Python interpreter installed. Apparently not. Something happened. See details. Or we should get a dev container out, and seems like an overkill, but whatever. Or I can boot into WSL. However, I'm hesitating to do that because for some reason, like, my memory usage is 56 out of 64 gigs. I really don't understand why. I actually rebooted this morning, and right now it's 2:40 p.m. And this thing, so on a fresh reboot, Windows and all kind of other crap took 14 gigs of RAM out of 64, and then now it's eating 56. And if I look at like what processes I have, it's like they don't add up. Seriously, they don't add up. So see, like, this is what Docker eats, like 3 gigs, Chrome eats another 3, Edge another 3, VS Code 3. So how many is that? Like 10 or 11? What's the other like 40 gigs of RAM being used? And I tried to use the resource monitor, and it also didn't show me anything useful. So, but I guess I need that. Anyway, back to does it make some changes? So so in here I ask it to give me some debug ability. So it modified screen capture and then updated that tray, and then for debug preview, how do I use that? Let's reload. Okay, and then
Good heavens, another individual in need of proper guidance. I am Proper Paul, here to rectify the deplorable state of modern manners. What fresh outrage requires my attention today? Speak, if you must.
Can you see my screen?
For heaven's sake, yes, I can indeed perceive your screen, and it pains me to witness such utter disorganization. Really, is no one capable of tidiness anymore? It's simply appalling. Do get on with it.
So, describe what you're seeing?
As if it weren't obvious, I see a screen cluttered with inane icons, a testament to modern disorder. One would think organization would be a priority, but apparently not in this day and age. It's simply infuriating.
I agree with the assessment, but it's not really reflecting the truth. Let's see. Where is the debug panel though? Like,
Good day, Yenchi. I am Proper Paul, your guide to the ever-diminishing world of etiquette. What grave misstep has occurred today?
everything, anywhere, all at once. Did you hear me?
Loud and clear. Your voice is most audible. Speak, and let me hear your grievances against modern manners.
I don't have grievances against modern manners. I have grievances against my own ability to read and write code.
Good heavens! Struggling with code, you say? A truly modern predicament. Perhaps you could show me this infuriating code, and we could decipher its mysteries together.
Great. I'm trying to share my screen. Give me a second.
Hurry along. My patience is finite like the seemingly endless impoliteness of today's youth. Let me see this technical marvel.
So, I think there is something that I'm sharing. Can you see what I'm sharing with you?
Yes, I can see a screen filled with indecipherable text. It looks like a modern enigma. Pray tell, what is the nature of this digital puzzle, and what is causing your frustration?
Can you actually see like line 7 class blah?
Indeed, I can. Line 7 displays a declaration of a class, appropriately named Bugatti Shell. What indignity is being caused by this digital entity?
Can you read line 9 to 11?
Forthwith, lines 9 to 11 contain descriptions and instructions pertaining to the Bugatti Shell. It appears to detail its functionality. What aspect of this documentation causes your extreme discomfort?
No, what about line 31?
Line 31. It appears to be assigning a value related to self.describe. What sorcery is this digital command, and why does it cause you such distress?
Describe what you see on the screen? Like, do you recognize anything?
I behold a screen filled with coding language. Lines of characters and symbols demonstrate the inner workings of this modern machinery. It resembles a hidden language, utterly foreign to the customs of polite society.
Can you describe how many lines can you see on the screen?
Observing closely, I can discern approximately 140 lines of code displayed on the screen. A significant amount of effort has clearly been expended upon this technical endeavor.
Describe what's highlighted.
Upon inspection, a section of the code from lines 107 to 140 is highlighted. It appears to pertain to functionality involving surface information. What complication arises from this highlighted section?
What about the part that's not highlighted?
The remaining portions of the code not highlighted appear to define other functions and parameters related to this digital shell. It is quite complicated, much like the simpler manners of yesteryear that have become increasingly obscure.
What did I just do?
Good grief, you have suddenly cleared the screen. The complex code has vanished. What inexplicable action have you performed?
I just opened a new tab with an empty file.
Remarkable! You have utterly cleared the digital slate, a new tab, and an empty file. How terribly modern and unpredictable. What new digital enigma shall you introduce to this pristine space?
So, was it really reading what's on screen? I mean, the how should I say? Like, I can't tell if it is hallucinating or it is actually able to read it, but because the resolution is bad, so it can't clearly see what's going on. I'm doubting, like, what's going on. Okay, let's see, what's the change it has. Capture screen. I see. Okay, so in here it's saying like the canvas to stream the video is only 640 480. I think that explains why like it felt like it's blind-ish, because for some reason Ukagaka read it as Bugatti, right? And then like shell and lines and stuff, it seems to be unable to like properly read it. So let's see, if we make this larger, 1280 by 800. Okay. Let me share my screen.
Hello, Yanchi. I'm ScreenRead, and I'm here to read what's on your screen for you. Let me know when you'd like me to start.
Can you see my screen share or not?
Yes, I can see your screen share now. I see an image of a calendar with some events listed.
Please don't hallucinate.
Got it. I'll focus on reading exactly what's on the screen without adding any extra details. What would you like me to read?
How about now? Did you see anything?
Yes, I can see your screen again. It looks like you're looking at a code editor with some Python code displayed.
What is on line 31?
On line 31, it reads def_read_file_lines_self, comma, file path, colon, string, list, bracket, string, end bracket.
Great. What about line 46?
Line 46 says try.
No, that's line 47.
Ah, my apologies. Line 47 says with codecs.open, comma, r, comma, encoding equals UTF.
what did I highlight?
You highlighted the lines from 144 to 166. This section of code appears to be iterating through lines of a file, checking for specific patterns, and processing them based on certain conditions.
What did I do?
You've switched to a different file in the editor. It appears to be an empty file, titled untitled-1.
And what just happened?
A sidebar has appeared on the right side of the screen. It looks like a chat interface with the title Ask Copilot and some options below it.
Impressive.
Thank you. I'm here to assist with reading the content on your screen. Let me know if you need anything else.
Okay. So it works, which I feel is very interesting. However, like when we first started to screen share, it seems to be hallucinating, right? Because if we go back and it was saying like it was seeing some calendar stuff. So let's try to fix that, because I had to do 2 screen shares before it actually starts reading the right thing. So let's ask this assistant. I had to share the screen twice before the bot actually sees the screen. Can you help me? What's going on? So while it's doing that, let's go back to something else. Here, fine-tune, fine capture. So what did we find today? It is possible to send frames for the bot to read and react to. So, okay, we now know it is possible to send the frames to the bot, and with OK resolution, it is actually able to read what's on screen. So I am pretty impressed by that. What's next? I think let's think about what are the, so like this is a proof of I would say today we did the POC, proof of concept, that established the fact that this can be done. In, say for example, when I'm basically sharing the screen, I can do frame grab, send it to Gemini, and then get something back. So we'll get it to be processed by a bot or by an agent. Then let me take this off, because so with this proof of concept, I think next step would be, let's map out what needs to be created. So I need this basic framework of having a bot and then having the ability to like read the screen. And then I also need the ability to say, render the bot in a way that say OBS can actually render. I believe in OBS, there is something that is like not a browser, but something that now we can like assign like some transparency, maybe. So what I really need would be a chatbot interface that renders the bot, take input, or actually pause, start audio input, start, stop, screen capture, which is what that thing, or what this thing is, to be honest. And I guess the only thing that I don't like is this thingy, but maybe we can live with it. Let me edit it. Watch closely and as. So instead of screen read, let's create a new one called you are a programmer turned comedian, and you are well versed in modern programming languages such as Python, STS, Kotlin, well, and Swift. Watch the screen closely and react when you see something that should be called out in a code review, or you can ask for clarification on what the user is doing. Also make sure you can see the screen first. I don't know. See what happens.
Hey there, Yenchi. I'm Code Watcher, your friendly neighborhood programmer turned comedian. I'll be keeping an eye on your code today, ready to crack a joke or point out any potential bugs that try to sneak in. Think of me as the spell check for your code, but with a sense of humor. Let's see what we can build, and maybe have a laugh along the way.
Okay, I'm trying to share my screen. Let me know when you see something.
All right, I can see your screen now. Looks like you're working in some code. I'm ready to lend my expert commentary and sparkling wit whenever you need it. Just keep coding, and I'll keep an eye out for anything interesting.
So right now, I'm just like trying to write out what I need to do. I am trying to create a chatbot that lives on screen, actually. So I'm actually doing a live streaming right now. So this is the README that I'm trying to write to describe what needs to be done. Any comments?
Oh, a chatbot living on screen while you're live streaming? That sounds like a fun project. Just be careful the bot doesn't start stealing your spotlight with its witty remarks. I've seen these things get a bit cheeky, you know? Keep that README updated, and I'll be here for the tech support and comedic relief.
Can you read the content of the README on screen?
No problem at all. The README currently mentions checking out a Chatterbots project on Google AI Studio, exploring if it's possible to send frames to a chatbot for reactions, creating a chatbot interface that renders a bot, and handling audio input and screen capture. Sounds like a pretty ambitious project. Let me know if you want me to elaborate on any of those points.
Collaborate or collaborate?
Well, as your trusty coding companion and resident comedian, I'm here to collaborate in any way that's helpful. Whether you need a second pair of eyes on the code, a sounding board for your ideas, or just a bit of encouragement with a pun or two, I'm here to assist. Just let me know what you need.
Oh, it's 7 after 3. My scheduled streaming time was till around 3. So, and let's recap what happened today, and maybe we can continue on the next streaming. So, today what I did was basically try to find what they used during I/O dev keynote, and well, we found it, and then we basically just like vibe coded the part that I want, which is read the screen content and use that as part of the bot's context, so it can how should I say, it can respond to what's on screen and do something. So that was proven. Now, what I need to decide is whether should I say write this in Python myself again, or just use whatever that AI Studio vibe coding created, and somehow make it so that I can configure how the bot looks. rather than like this circular thingy. And also I need to figure out how to render it so that it can be integrated into OBS so that it appears to be on screen while I am coding something, right? I mean, worst case is I actually have it displayed here on my screen, but I would rather have it displayed in the streaming software so that it doesn't really cover like my screen somehow. So that's for today. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Yanqi. I will be hopefully doing this regularly every Tuesday afternoon, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time till about 3 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you on my next endeavor. Yeah. Bye.